It's been a long time coming, and in fact you could be forgiven for thinking that perhaps it would never see the light of day, but Battlefield Coins, come on, boins, the paid currency, is finally making its way into the game this Thursday. I know that any time real money is mentioned when it comes to games, skins and cosmetics, people taking a quick gasp of air, but let me remind you that there will be nothing game changing that you can buy with real money in terms of gameplay mechanics. This is all cosmetic. Even still, it's not for everyone, but the important thing to remember is that if you want to buy skins with real money, you are going to be able to. It's up to you. So how does this all work? Well, currently in Battlefield 5 you earn company coin by playing the game, doing assignments and just finishing games. Then you're going to accrue company coin, and while it wasn't working as intended on the game's release, it definitely is now, and lots of people have a good amount saved up. Currently you can use this to buy all manner of cosmetics for your company. You can buy weapon skins, character sets, face paints and just individual items from both your company screen and the armory. None of it's that interesting though in my opinion, but with the introduction of Battlefield Coins, you'll now be able to purchase items using real world money if you choose to. You can use the Battlefield Coins to get cosmetic items, elite sets, which we'll go into, and time savers. More on that shortly too. As I understood from the blog post today, you'll still be able to use company coin to purchase common, uncommon and rare items, but there's going to be new epic items introduced to the store that will only be available to buy with Battlefield currency, real money. That means that your company coin is not going to waste, but if you wanted to buy some current skins with real money, if you had no company coin, you could. Now on to the biggest announcements regarding this new currency, and it's actually something completely new and fresh to the game that I think will interest a lot of players, and that's elites. Coming in Chapter 3 is something brand new to the Battlefield franchise called Elite Sets. If you purchase one of these Elite Sets, you're not just getting a generic skin, but actually a character with a backstory and a personality. They have a unique look to them, as well as a unique character voice and lines, which in itself would have taken a lot of work and effort, and they also get something unique in the form of a new best squad animation for the end screen. We don't know exactly how that's going to look yet, but that sort of thing really interests me. Not only that, but they'll have a special assignment that you can complete to obtain their unique melee weapons. Just to be doubly sure that this is clear though, these elites are simply cosmetic. Owning or playing as one of these elites does not grant you any gameplay advantages. Games like Rainbow Six Siege have done elite skins in the past, and the way that system works is that they give you a brand new unique skin for one of the characters, as well as an end screen animation and even unique looking gadgets. And I suppose it's easy to confuse them with the BF1 elite kits such as the Sentry and Flame Trooper, but these are simply elite classed cosmetics, not characters with unique abilities. So if you get one of these guys, it might replace your assault model on the Allies or the Germans. Now I like the idea of elites, I really do, but I do think that DICE need to be putting these into the game regularly to keep people interested, and so far we've had confirmation on 2 of them, Seamus being one and then Ernst being the second. Who knows if more are planned, and if they are, when are they coming? And I think it's these guys from the Lightning Strikes trailer. In fact, there's no clear timetable on when the first 2 will be made available either. If you want people to spend real money on items such as these, that's fine. They offer up new end screen animations, lots of voiceover work, and that takes time and effort, but they also have to look unique as well. So I hope DICE keep delivering on these and making them interesting, otherwise no one will buy them. So players will also be able to purchase starter and premium starter packs that will contain a mixture of items. For example, the premium starter pack has 3,500 Battlefield currency, the Demolisher Axis outfit, which is an epic skin, and the Cool Hand Luke Allied Soldier outfit, also an epic, and then the Scorpion and Icefire rare vehicle skins, and then a chromed finish weapon skin set for the Sturmgewehr, the Sten, K7 and the Lee Enfield. No word on how much that will cost, but those sort of starter packs will be available for those who want them. But I ask, is all of this enough? I've said multiple times in various videos that I think DICE need to do way more with the cosmetic items in Battlefield 5 to make it worthwhile for people, especially when you're asking them to spend their real hard-earned cash on it. End screens is one way of doing that, and so I really like the concept of what they're doing with the elites, having a custom Best squad screen, great, but I think more should probably be done here. I want to see custom reload animations for guns. I want to see custom revive animations, custom melee animations. I want a weapon inspect feature. I just want to have a full level of in-depth customization where I can really see a difference if I'm spending money on the skins. There's so much scope here, and really at the moment in the game there aren't any skins that I think I would actually spend real money on. Maybe the last tiger for the tank is the only one. And honestly, while some of these skins look okay, most of the weapon skins are so bland and uninspiring to me. And they can be applied to every gun too, so there's not really any uniqueness here. And that's also a personal viewpoint, I understand, because some people might really like some of the cosmetics on offer at the moment, and they might actually like the fact that they fit with the theme of the game. But are there any options in here at the moment that you would want to spend real money on? Of course, with the introduction of Battlefield coins, DICE are going to offer up a lot more skins, and the hope is that some of these new skins will be far more unique than what we've currently had on offer. Because, like I said, they're just not very interesting. As of right now too, we still don't have the full cosmetic system for vehicles, which was always promised since the reveal. It's just been coming soon. So when is that going to happen? And I mentioned time savers earlier too, and that's also going to be something new that's coming. There will be two forms of time savers that will be purchasable with Battlefield currency: tier catch-ups and XP boosts. So the tier catch-ups unlock chapter reward items in Tides of War. So for example, if you don't have enough time to unlock certain rewards that you wanted, you could use that catch-up to obtain them. The XP boost accelerates the amount of XP you earn when you're playing, but I imagine that this has to be Tides of War chapter XP, because let's be honest, it's not very difficult to get max rank in BF5, and for whatever reason, God knows, they've not increased the max rank. There must be something going on here. Why is the max rank still 50? I've got no idea. But what is an XP boost worth if everyone in the game is at level 50? I don't know. It's crazy. Anyway, outside of Battlefield coins, tomorrow is going to get a update, a big patch. And with it, to be fair, there's some nice improvements in here, especially for the Battle Royale mode, Firestorm. So let's just run through some of those. V1 and artillery kills will now count as gadget kills, and I'm assuming this just means that it will separate them at the end of the game, but it's still going to count towards your total kills. Interestingly, the artillery strike, the circle on the minimap, is now going to be a bit more visible, just to make it clearer where and when the explosives are coming in and where you need to not be to get killed by them. Players can now also jump out of the plane as soon as you reach the start of the jump location. That should help with those hot drops. And you can now fire off the flare gun in water, just what you always wanted. I know what you're thinking though. Where are the loot changes? Because that's arguably the biggest problem with the game. Well, that's a little unclear. There is a small loot update that says interaction detection has been improved to avoid issues with loot near objectives and vehicles, but that suggests to me a fix to stop you from, say, jumping into a vehicle rather than picking up a weapon that's close to it. I didn't see any mention of loot collision and spread that DICE hinted at in a recent tweet. In that video, we did see the loot spreading out further when an enemy was killed, and it also looked like that collision had been added to the boxes so they weren't stacking and clipping into each other, just making it easier to pick up items. So I don't know. DICE producer Jacob Ajmal also said on Twitter that there are loot behaviour improvements in this patch, so I just hope that losing enemies in tomorrow's patch is going to be much improved. And I think that this is currently the prime time to get people playing Firestorm, and I guarantee that some players will either be massively put off or will stop playing because of the frustrating loot system. If you can get past it, then Firestorm is brilliant. I love it. Personally, I enjoy it so much that it feels like the go-to Battlefield mode for me right now. And while the looting is of course terrible, I still fight through it to enjoy playing. If they can at least get that improved tomorrow and then work on a better system in time, that would be great. But yeah, really, I've got little intention to play the main Battlefield 5 game until they add new maps, and we know that the first one probably isn't coming until the end of May, so I don't know. Guess I'll die. It also seems to me though that Firestorm updates are going to be made the same time as the base game, which makes perfect sense considering it's a mode within Battlefield 5 after all, but it does limit how fast they can apply new content to Firestorm and fixes. Battle Royale games or modes tend to unearth various bugs and issues that sometimes need dealing with pretty fast, so hopefully DICE and Criterion can keep on top of those. Hopefully it has actually made it into the patch, this new loot stuff, but just omitted from the notes for some reason. Fingers crossed. Alongside those changes, there are numerous bug fixes for not only Firestorm but also for the base game, from bugs with spectator cameras, vehicles, maps, the whole shebang. The most interesting thing I saw though was that if a player dies in a vehicle, they're going to be ejected and be able to be revived. Now, I don't know if that's just for Firestorm, the patch notes didn't make it clear, or is this base game too? Because if it is base game, then as far as I know, that's the first time that a Battlefield game has ever had that or done that. Some people will like it, some people might not agree with that, but let's see first so we can get some accurate information. Is this just in Firestorm? Is it in base game 2? And how exactly will that play? But tomorrow we'll see what the range of cosmetics is going to be like. It's going to be interesting to see what the armory offers and exactly how good these epic skins turn out to be. I really want to see what people think of them and how willing they are to spend money on them, because so far it's not been so good. And that's all for today, guys. Do let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. Leave a like if you did, a dislike if you didn't, and I'll see you in the next one.